The Russian State Circus Company presents a documentary project. The Russian Circus on the other side of the ring. The Russian circus is a unique creative phenomenon, which has no comparison in the world. The guardian of its traditions, the author of new developments and trends, is the Russian State Circus Company. Today, the Russian State Circus Company is a giant organization which includes more than 70 branches all over the country, 38 permanent circuses, 15 traveling circus big tops, 9 traveling zoo circuses, 3 directorates for circus on stage, a circus arts center, a nursery of exotic animals, an artistic industrial complex, the hotel arena, recreation centers, 7,000 employees, 1,300 artists, 2,000 animals from 140 species. The circus is a favorite entertainment of millions, a truly family art encapsulating goodness, beauty, and the joy of life.
Both the government and the Russian Ministry of Culture have given much thought to the circus. In October, we presented a creative project and it has been approved. I'm proud to say that in 2013, even though we've been busy with the construction of our circus buildings, we produced 55 new performances. And in 2014, we have a very important task. We need to create 4 new star turns, 4 new theme plays, and 25 circus acts.
All performances, starting with individual ones to group show programs, are born in the ring. On Saturday and Sunday, this little island, 13 meters in diameter, is the center of thousands of people's attention. And for the artists, it's a great honor and also a huge responsibility. It's important to have all acts successfully performed. And therefore, even when the hall is empty, lit by ordinary lights, the ring continues to live in its rhythm of regular rehearsals. At the Circus Arts Center, the main training base of the company, over 100 artists hone their skills daily. They're led by directors, choreographers, and artistic guides. At this time, about 110 people are rehearsing in our training base, and we're preparing 2 new performances. Jugglers on Drums, which is a totally new circus act, and Diabolo. Performances which I think have the right to be released and demonstrated in the international arena. Original and attractive stage props are a constant attribute of any circus performance. For these and many other acts, the designs are manufactured in a local workshop. Some of the equipment has been here since the Soviet era and is still operating properly. But most of the props, such as the air equipment, can't be created without modern technologies. More complicated set designs are made to measure at the Moscow Artistic Industrial Complex. For 60 years, this branch of the company has been serving the circus, creating scenery for performances, sewing costumes, shoes, and carpets. As in any other domain, in the circus, attention to detail is enormously important. Even the smallest item is an integral part of the show, and it should conform to international standards. People should know that a professional circus group of high quality has arrived in their city, properly advertised with modern lighting and sound equipment, technologies, with beautiful artists, numerous animals, costumes, and stage props. When a genuine show is evident, the audience believes it and flocks to the circus. Becoming a presenter of your own act requires investment and the recognition of a wide audience. The artist must go through all kinds of trials to achieve this. When starting a career, a young circus performer has to overcome the stringent examination of the director's board and convince a master of the art that their performance is the best. And only then will they be allowed to perform in the ring. The director's board is engaged in the creative part of the work. This includes circus acts, plays, performances, artists who come seeking employment. Firstly, the board's members pay great attention to the circus repertoire and level of performing skills. They evaluate how this or that performance will bring success and income to the company. Besides that, economists and representatives from the touring and organization department are invited. They're responsible for the distribution of the product. Usually they give an assessment like, this performance is quite good in terms of profitability, and it'll be interesting for the audience. For graduates of the circus school, performing before a directorial panel represents the kind of scrutiny you get at a job application. Not everyone is able to pass it, and failure, of course, leads to professional unemployment. During the epoch of Rosgoscircus, when a young specialist was unsuccessful, they were excluded because the system was ordered in such a way to prepare artists of certain genres and acts in the correct amount. Sometime later, this practice was revised under a cooperation agreement.
We fulfill specific tasks. If you like, I always joke, say 5.5 acrobats and 3.5 jugglers. We will enroll them, train them, and they graduate all together. In this way, the Russian state circus company saves on accommodation because they stay in the dorms for free. We save on rehearsal time too because they'll do this in the school ring. As a result, the company gets a fully developed professional and the performances they need.
The best of the best shows are included in the circus program, so it becomes an integral part of one giant mechanism, the circus conveyor belt. Every 6 weeks, the artists and their families move to another city, giving performances in over 40 regions, thus making the long journey from Moscow to Vladivostok, which lasts several years. This principle has been practiced for decades. It appeared in Soviet times, and then it covered not only the territory of the Russian Federation, but also the 15 republics. This principle is so successful, and it gives audiences a chance to see all the acts over a certain period. And so, of course, it's preserved in our time. We can guarantee people a permanent job throughout the year. Apart from 3,000 people, animals also take part in the creation of circus shows. Perhaps they are the most favorite artists for both children and adults. About 2,000 of them from 140 species perform in Russian circuses. Star turns, created by animal trainers like Nikolai Pavlenko, the Zapashny brothers, and Tamerlan Nugzarov, have entered a legendary status. Anyone who believes that circus life is limited by the space of the ring is mistaken. Outside the arena, the work includes a great number of people, more than 5,000 employees. All of them, in addition to the performers, serve the great circus faithfully. The building on Pushesnaya Street in Moscow is the company's think tank and headquarters. It's here that people create touring schedules, elaborate circus programs, and solve key tasks concerning the development of the circus business.
A major consideration is the reconstruction of the buildings. Also, the extensive repairs and reconstruction of the hotels for the circus performers. Then there's the creation of costumes for the ring. We think about set designs and the auditorium too. Certainly, there must be a warm and cozy atmosphere in there because the circus is for families.
The most important thing expected from the circus today is a gradual weaning from public subsidies to attain self-sufficiency.
The circus is a socially significant thing. We don't work in the circus to get rich. So, as I keep on saying, the circus needs government support.
Currently in Russia, the circus in Yekaterinburg is regarded as self-sufficient. This means that the profits from ticket sales cover the costs of the enterprise. I've been here as the director for 19 years, and since the very beginning we broke even. There's no great secret to this. First, you need a high-quality product. Then you must gain the trust of the audience and never let it go, or cheat on your promises. Then spectators will come. And of course, now the most difficult task for any circus is modernization and the updating of its premises. This naturally needs state assistance. Repair costs should not be lumped into the ticket price. The government allocates hundreds of millions of rubles in subsidies for the Russian state circus company's needs. Most goes to the reconstruction and restoration of buildings, many of which haven't been repaired for over 50 years. Federal funds aren't always enough, and until September 2013, regional authorities had no right to finance local circuses.
Thanks to the amendment to Article 39 of the federal law, we've had a huge opportunity to develop the circus arts and to create new modern buildings in the regions.
In the medium term, the company plans to overhaul the majority of its branches. A technical review of 18 buildings has been completed. Next year, the buildings of the Ivanova, Saratov and Nizhny Tagil circuses will be renovated. Also, reconstruction of the Samara, Ulyanovsk and Orenburg circuses will be done, and work on the circus in Sochi will come to an end. Circus company employees believe that after the buildings are updated, it will be possible to arrange foreign circus performances all over Russia and promote tour exchanges of domestic and foreign troops. At the international department of the head office, there are non-stop calls from China, South Korea, Australia, the EU and Latin America with cooperation proposals. Wherever Russian artists perform, there is great success. Proof of this is the triumph of Russian circus performers at the most prestigious international festivals in Monte Carlo, Italy and China.
The Russian circus has always been a kind of hallmark of our country. We would really like for the circus arts to be recognized again as part and parcel of Russia's national heritage.
Next year, the Russian circus celebrates its 95th anniversary. For this, the Russian State Circus Company is rehearsing several holiday performances. These will include both the masterpieces of classical circus art and completely new shows and star turns. What the artists are preparing for us is still a secret, but I imagine it will be something amazing. And not once during the performance, we'll exclaim, "Bravo!"